Coming. She's getting her computer up.
All right, cool. So, welcome to tonight's team call. It is February 1st. How awesome for us to kick off the month with a team call. Like, that just makes me really excited and pumped up for a really good month, girls. So, we have lots of big things to be excited about, right? We still have the All Access Pass. It's going to be available for the entire month. And we have Team Cup going right now. So I'm really excited for that too. Hopefully you are on a team and you are participating in that. If not, still rock it out. You can still do amazing things working towards your personal goals and your business goals, even if you are not, okay? So I'm excited to announce that I will see the official numbers tomorrow because it takes 24 to 48 hours for everything to update. But we had Tatiana Yarger at Success Club 2 for January, and we had Marguerite at a Success Club 8, I believe. That might update as of tomorrow, but Success Club 8 for the month. And so that was really great, you guys. I'm super proud of you for pushing forward and working toward your goals, okay? So making sure that we work toward Success Club every month. I know that that's something that we talk about a lot, you guys, and it probably is almost something that you just like blow off, or like it's just something that you're like, yeah, I need to do it, but you're just not sure like how to get there or why it's so important, right? It's just like one of those things. Well, Success Club is a measurement tool, right? It's how Beachbody rewards us and measures if we are showing up and making the 4 vital behaviors happen every day. And when we make them happen every day, 1, we're moving ourselves forward and we're growing our business, but 2, we are also helping to inspire others, right? We're helping people get on a healthier path and start working towards their goals along with us. So both great things to be working towards. So really honing in and making Success Club non-negotiable every month. And you guys, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure everybody on this call, or 99% of us, including myself, want financial freedom. We want some of that debt burden lifted from us. We want the burden of living paycheck to paycheck, or can we afford our Shakeology, or can we get this for our kids, or can we pay this bill? We want that burden lifted, right? We want to live a little bit more comfortably or a lot more comfortably, depending on what your personal goals are. When you're reaching Success Club every month, that is paying for your Shakeology and providing you with some income. By doing the bare minimum, right? By just hitting those basic bare minimums, it is helping you to achieve that. So definitely pushing yourself forward and making sure that that starts to happen every single day. So, well, that you're working towards it every single day, that you're hitting, not that you're hitting Success Club 5 every single day. If you did, that's freaking awesome, and you'd be like blowing it up. Not that I'm going to discourage that, but definitely hitting it every month and working towards, you know, inspiring and connecting with 3 people on a personal level and really connecting with them to help them work towards their goals. That's what this is about, right? It's not about high numbers and just bringing people in and not caring if they succeed. That's not what our team is about. Our team is about bringing people in and helping to inspire them and help them along their journey, right? So let's really push forward this month. Let's make that happen. Let's focus and do a little bit more than what we have been doing, because I know that I have a little bit more to give, and I'm sure that all of you have a little bit more. Just the small, that 2-millimeter shift that we've talked about in the past, just a little bit more. Don't stress yourself out about it, but if you have a little bit more to give, or maybe some days you can do more than the power hour and you can maybe fit in another half an hour or hour, do it. It's going to help you create momentum and excitement about your business, right? It's not all or nothing, but find that extra time when you can. Make things happen on the weekends every once in a while instead of just letting your business go dormant on the weekends. I used to do that, and I found my business stagnant because I would hustle Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday I'd be like, well, I'll get my couple posts up and then I'll just kind of, you know, let inviting or adding to my list or building connections, I'll just kind of let that fall to the wayside so I have some time off. That's okay once in a while. We have to unplug once in a while, but we also got to grind hard for a short period of time so that we can have more freedom in the future. Does that make sense? To grind hard and hustle now so that we can have more freedom down the road. Okay? Cool. So I already made the announcements for Success Club. So tonight I just want to share 4 tips, and I'll talk about them a little bit on how to help you really push forward with Team Cup this month and working towards your goals. And then I would like to open it up to see if there's anything that you girls are struggling with or that you would like some one-on-one help with. I had posted that in the group, but I don't think anybody actually shared any topics that they were talking about. So I'd like to open it up and see what you girls are thinking. And I have a couple that the girls that are on the Team Cup with my team, some of the concerns that they had for this month. So we can talk about those as well. Okay, so that way I can kind of share what I said to them in the group as, as the whole family together. So the 4 tips for this coming month. 1 is create a list of past yeses. So create a list of past yeses. Those are people who maybe said yes and they were on your 10 and play, or they said yes to a challenge group but then never followed through with the purchasing or actually joining the challenge group. Okay. Number 2 is invite 10 a day. We're going to up our minimums. Instead of 3 a day, we're going to make it 10 a day. And that's the minimum. So if you're doing 15 or 20, awesome, but 10 is the minimum. Okay. Share your journey every day. And 4, lead with why. And I'll talk about that a little bit. So number 1, create a list of your past yeses. So I personally did this back in December, and I actually posted it in the group to do this, and I don't know how many did or how many didn't, but what I encourage you to do, because it's really helped me create some momentum with the first of the year, is go back through all of my 10 and plays. So a 10 and play is somebody who said yes to a challenge group invite or to the coaching opportunity invite, but then never followed through, right? So I went through and I wrote down all those people's names. And then I went through and I started reconnecting with those people. Hey girl, how are you doing? How was life? How were the holidays? All of that, just to reconnect and establish a connection with that person again. And then I was going back and re-inviting them. Hey girl, I know in the past we had talked about working towards X, Y, and Z. At the time, it wasn't good for you. I'm just reaching out to see if now might be a better fit for you. We have a girls group, blah, 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 okay? And go into another invite to follow up with them. It's our job to follow up with them, right? They get busy. People get busy and they forget, and maybe their life circumstances have changed. But if you follow up, I'll never forget a story that Meg shared not that long ago about a girl that approached her about oils, about essential oils. And Meg was really interested, but life just got busy for her and she kind of forgot about it. Well, this girl didn't follow up with her. Her follow-up sucked, and Meg said that. Her follow-up sucked. But she saw this girl's posts about the oils and stuff like that continuing in her news feed. So Meg actually reached back out to her. Now that girl got lucky that Meg remembered, and because Meg's in an MLM, she understands how that works and that this girl had actually reached out to her. But most people don't think the same way that we do. They don't understand that this is our business, right? They just think it's everyday life, and oh, she invited me to join her. And then if somebody else comes along and invites and it's the right time, then they kind of swoop in, right? So making sure that we're following up. If they said yes to you at one point and they shared their goals with you, they obviously want to make change. It maybe just wasn't the right time or life happened. So following up with those people, reconnecting with them, and then inviting them into a group again, okay? Then inviting 10 a day. That's pretty self-explanatory. Up your numbers. The more you up your numbers, the more of an opportunity you have to start more conversations. And as much as we hate to say it, it's a numbers game, you guys. I think Karina had shared, one of the things that she shared that she struggled with was still inviting people. When is it the right time? Is it Do you wait too long? You know, where is that perfect balance? And I'll be honest with you guys, like I used to have this schedule where I would connect with the person, and then the next week they'd go into follow up and I would connect with them, and then like 3 or 4 days later, then I would invite them. And like their name just moved through this list. But that just became kind of mundane, and I wasn't making the connection, because some people you invite, it feels right to invite sooner than later, right? There's just some people that the conversation moves faster. So there is no perfect time, right? You can say the absolute worst word vomit on somebody, horrible invite to the right person at the right time. And if it's right for them and they are ready, they will say yes. And you can say the perfect pitch to somebody, but if they are not ready in their mind, it'll be a no. So it's all about finding that balance. Trying not to think to yourself and get yourself in this analysis paralysis where you stop inviting because you like are overwhelmed with, well, is it the right time? Should I ask? Should I not ask? Did I wait too long? Did I miss the boat? Quit worrying about all that shit. Who cares? Be a person. Be that friend. If you feel that it's right, even if, let's say you just started connecting with somebody, and I've done this even with coaching. You just started talking with this person, you barely know them, and you're building a connection, but you're like old friends, and it's a very easy conversation, back and forth, back and forth. You might, after a couple of days, say, hey girl, this might sound totally crazy because I know that we just met, but I really love talking to you, and I feel like we have so much in common. So I wanted to personally invite you to join a few of my friends and myself in a nutrition and fitness challenge. We're just going to have some fun working on our nutrition and adding in some in-home workouts to work towards our goals for summer or whatever. We would love to have you. It's that easy. Don't complicate it, you guys. You're just being a friend, right? Jesse Reagan, because I'm in that training for Social Media Team Builder, he says that even for his posts, that he loves to use talk to text. Now, you might not use the recording to actually make your pitch or make your invites, but think about how you would talk and letting your phone type it out for you versus if you're sitting there trying to type the perfect text, right? You tend to delete it and rewrite it, and you overthink it, and you're like, well, is that too much, or did I say the wrong thing? Just talk like you're talking to your best friend. Just be genuine. Do you genuinely want to have that person join you in your group because you think that they would be a lot of fun? Try to think about little things like that when you're inviting. And when you're inviting, smile. It's just like when you're on the phone with somebody, when you smile, and they hear that. Even though they can't see you, they know that your spirit is up and you're smiling and you're happy. So use all of those things to your advantage, right? Does that help? Does it make a little bit more sense so you don't get yourself in this paralysis of over-analyzing? Is it the right time? Did I wait too long? Like we can get so stuck with overthinking all of that. Just be a friend and be excited and be genuine. And if you think it's kind of crazy because it's a new friendship, tell them that. Same thing when you follow up with somebody and you say, hey, by the way, girl, I don't mean to bother you, because maybe you've reached out to them a couple of times and they haven't responded. It's the same thing. You're not trying to bother them. You're just following up on your job with something that they asked you for help with, okay? So don't be afraid to use words just like you would when you're talking to a friend. Number 3 is share your journey every single day. So it is so important to be a successful coach and to be successful in your own journey is to be dialed into a program, right? Like for me, if I just like fly by the seat of my pants, I fall off with nutrition. I get in this rut. I still get my workouts in, but I'm not like dialed in and my nutrition sucks. Does anybody else feel like that? Like if you're not following a program from start to front or from front to back, you're like all over the place and you feel like you're going nowhere because you're not focused on day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay, so when we are dialed in, then we're on our A game and we're feeling really good because we're getting results, right? Because we're dialed in and we're focused on what we're doing. I did that 21-day reset for 20 days, I took Sunday off, and Monday I jumped into Core de Force. Because if I didn't do that, I know that things would slowly start to spiral, right? You have to have a plan. So sharing that, like, I know that I shared my Ultimate Reset every single day. With Lori, she's already sharing her journey with her Ultimate Reset every single day. We need to share that, you guys. And even if you're not getting a ton of engagement and people posting or commenting or liking, people are watching. So be consistent with your own journey. Katie had an amazing post last week. I woke up and I was looking at my news feed and I saw this post of her with her head down, and she struggled through her workout because of her thyroid issues. It was very raw, it was very vulnerable, and you got quite a bit of engagement on that, didn't you? I mean, you had quite a few people. That's what people relate to, you guys. There might be a day that you freaking don't want to work out, but you push play anyways because you know that you need to. It's a part of your goal. Share that. Be like, oh, I had legs today, or oh, I have legs today. Whatever it is, like whatever you're feeling, share that on your social media. I think so many times as coaches, we feel like we have to be on our A game and we have to be perfect, but we don't. I freaking have been so good through that Ultimate Reset, and today I took a picture and put it on my page of me eating a cookie. I resisted that temptation for a really long time, and I just wanted a damn chocolate chip cookie that had been staring me in the face for over a week, and you know what? I freaking ate it, and it was amazing. But I'm real. Like, I couldn't avoid it anymore. I avoided it for almost 30 days. I couldn't do it anymore. So share that kind of stuff, you know, be real and share what you're maybe struggling with, or a hurdle that you overcame, or if you really didn't feel like pushing play, but you did it anyway. It might not have been a 10, you know, an effort, but you showed up and you did it, okay? So that leads me into number 4, which is the posts where I'm real with my struggles always get the most engagement. For sure, because I think we just put ourselves like in this bubble that we have to be perfect and fit this mold, but we don't, you guys. Like, we're human too, and we're gonna have struggles. That's what makes us relatable, because most people, like I was actually, this reminds me of a conversation I had with my sister-in-law on Sunday. I like the torture of a workout. I like to feel like I'm dying during my workout because I know I'm getting stronger and I know I'm working my ass off. I didn't always feel like that. When I first started this journey, I didn't feel like that. But now that I'm addicted to working out, I love that feeling. I love my heart pumping and just my blood boiling when I'm working hard. Not everybody's like that, right? A lot of people aren't like that. Most people would rather sit on the couch or maybe just do a half-ass workout, which is fine. That's them. But my niche market is probably going to relate to the fact that I like that intensity. And when I was talking with her, she's like, "Girl, I don't like that. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm dying. I want to just get the results without the work," which is where a lot of people are at too. So be genuine and just be who you are. Don't be afraid to be who you are, okay? And share that. And if you have people who, like, we're talking about this a lot because we're doing our like pages. If you have people who unfriend you and quit following you, or are haters because you're being you, let them go. They're not your tribe anyway. Don't get hung up on the people who don't care or who don't see your vision, okay? Focus your energy on the people who are loving you and following you and encouraging you and engaging with you. So that leads me to number 4, which is lead with your why. So a huge thing that they teach in this training is when you're posting is to lead with why you're doing something. A lot of times we see, like, I'll go back to Katie's post because it was just really good. If you guys didn't see it, it was really good and vulnerable about how she was feeling and how she was struggling with, she was doing really good with her workouts, and she kind of hit this wall with her thyroid and just was not feeling very well and didn't want to work out, but she did anyway. So leading with why she was feeling that way and why she wants to work on being better. So when you're sharing your journey, try not to get caught up in just taking a selfie and say, I got my workout today, I did my workout, or I did MMA speed, or I did this, or I did that, because people are just going to keep scrolling and be like, yay, good for you. Like, who gives a shit? You got your workout in, you know? Lead with why. Think about inspiring people. How did you feel during your workout? Did you crush it? Or did you kind of feel like Katie did that one day and you kind of struggled, but you did it anyway? Are you feeling better? Like, let's say you're on week 2 and you're feeling stronger. Maybe you were able to do more reps in a certain move. Or maybe you fit into a pair of workout clothes that you haven't been able to in a really long time. Lead with how you're feeling and why you're doing it rather than what you're doing. We know you're working out because you're sweaty and you're in workout clothes, right? Lead with why you pushed play. Maybe you lead with because you want to have energy with your children. You want to be able to be healthy and happy and chase after them. Maybe you want to feel confident for the first time because you've never felt confident. Maybe because, like Hannah, you've shed 10 pounds and you have finally found your soulmate workout and it inspires you to keep pushing play and keep working for your goals. We all have our own story, you guys, but we have to make that connect and not just snap the pictures just to get a post up. I would so much rather see you do 1 to 2 amazing quality posts that you're being vulnerable and real and connecting and engaging with people than 5 to 6 posts that are just slapped up there because you had to get a post up, right? Because it's not going to get you anywhere. And then you're going to find yourself discouraged because you're getting no engagement and you're not really moving forward. So just be you. Allow it to be like your blog, you know, how you're feeling, what things are new. Maybe like when I was going through my ultimate reset, our family was hit with a huge freaking hurdle right in the face. It was totally unexpected. I kept on plan. I shared that it was hard. I shared the days that we had to eat out because I didn't have food with me and we were at the hospital or whatever, but I still kept on track. Those are things that people relate to because we aren't in this perfect little box all the time. Life happens. Struggles are, you know, we face struggles and they pop up. So knowing that you've pushed through it or that I've pushed through it and seeing somebody else go through it helps somebody else believe that, damn, even though she's got X, Y, and Z going on, she's still pushing for her goals. I need to follow her, or I need to connect with her to see what she's doing to balance all of that in life, right? So just remember to share and be real and lead with your story. I mean, really, the Jessie Reagan training that I'm doing, you're pretty much putting a piece of your story in every single post. And I think a lot of you are getting a lot better with doing that. And I love seeing the growth since we've been doing the mini post challenge. I feel like you guys have just really taken off with sharing your story and sharing different pieces of your journey. And it's amazing to see. But it's just Brian, behave yourself. But it's just another step to go above and beyond. Okay? So that's all I have for you girls. Does anybody have any struggles, any hurdles, any questions, something that maybe you have found that's worked for you? Anything. I want to open it up and kind of have some conversation between all of us. Not everybody at once. Just unmute yourself. There's got to be something that maybe you have struggled with personally, or maybe that you have found that's working lately to help you work towards your goals.
I think the posting thing is awesome. I think it really has helped me stay focused on new things to post, because sometimes, you know, you kind of scratch your head like, what the hell do I post today? I want to post something good, but I don't know where to go with my post today, or so it gives you an idea of what to do that day, or what to think about before you ever put a post up. So I think that those have been extremely helpful. I mean, if you don't follow them, I think you're kind of silly, just because it gives you a great tool to put it out there.
Yeah, for sure. And the consistency you have shown since we've been doing those is awesome.
Because it's helped me a lot, like I said, know what to post, because I struggle with that.
Awesome. And the other thing is too, girls, is like, I know I keep saying in this training, but like, there's so many things that like, when you've been in this for a while, that you forget the small things that make such a difference. And they've really been talking about, like, it doesn't have to be a perfect post. Like, just share what's going on. Just share what's happening right now in the moment. And that will provide value because you're sharing a piece of your journey. Like the other night, one day last week, Beckett and I were just being silly, taking selfies in the bedroom because him and I were snuggling, watching cartoons, and it was just me and him. And so I made a post, what do you do to get your kids to take pictures? Because the only way he'll take a picture with me is if I say we can make silly faces. But it was just something so, like, not a milestone, like nothing crazy, but it was fun and it got engagement, and people like to give their opinion and talk about stuff like that. It's just real life, right? I wasn't giving some crazy advice. I didn't have some crazy results to share. I didn't have a recipe. Like, it wasn't anything totally crazy. It was just life. It was just what was happening right in the moment. Tatiana did that. I think it was today or yesterday, where you're like, I went upstairs to go get dressed, and God forbid I go upstairs and get dressed by myself. I turned around because I heard little feet, and here it was Sasha. That's her name.
The dog.
Yeah, it was your dog. Yeah. Because you can never, and moms relate to that because we can never do anything ever alone. So Hannah and Alicia, enjoy it now. Because once you have babies, you can't ever go to the bathroom by yourself. I have 3 bathrooms in this house, and my sons will still come to I have to go to the bathroom. There's 2 other bathrooms. Dogs and cats see. So that it was something, there was nothing crazy, and it wasn't like this well thought out post, but it was happening in the moment, and it's very relatable, right? And it makes people smile. So just different things like that too, for sure. I think go ahead.
Sorry, I was also going to say, sometimes I've been sending like voice messages through Facebook, because I know like when you send them to me, it's just like a sweet little gift, kind of, instead of just opening it up and texting back and forth. Sometimes it's kind of nice to know, like, wow, they took 30 seconds to really just talk to me. Yeah. And I feel like, you don't always get to interact with these people one-on-one. So it's nice to make them feel special, even though, you're not together having that one-on-one conversation. You can make it feel a little more personable. Yeah.
And it's way quicker.
Oh, yeah. And you can do it anywhere.
To just hold that button and be done. You can only do it for 60 seconds. But it's, if you have to do more than one, you do more than one. But you're so right. Like, and they talk about that. Carl Deichler, I think, talked about that, like the first national wake-up call of the year, or maybe it was the surge. I don't know. It was sometime not that long ago. And he's like, just a phone call to say, hey, I know you're busy and I'm busy too, but I just wanted to connect with you and see how things are doing. Just taking that few seconds out of your day to do the voice recording, because it puts a smile on your face, hear somebody else's voice, and really hear, because text is just text, you guys. Like I try to type out, and I'm sure that you guys all get that because of how I type stuff, that I try to I will put a bunch of O's when I put love something, but people don't hear that, right? They can read it and probably try to interpret that, but it's a totally different connection when you get on there live and let them hear your voice. So very cool. I totally agree with that. to do that more often for sure. Especially with your challengers. Like if you guys do weekly check-ins, I do weekly end of week check-ins with all of my girls, and I send them all a voice recording once a week. I send them a voice recording. I'm so proud of you. You've done amazing this week. I just want to check in with you to see if there's anything I can do further to help you, if there's anything you've struggled with. Your posts in the group are awesome. The other girls are loving them. I hope you're having an awesome day. Can't wait to hear back from you. Super simple, but means so much because I took 40 seconds out of my day to send them a recording. And that's what people need when they're just starting, right? That's what we all need once in a while, just somebody to say, you are doing awesome. I'm super proud of you. And it doesn't take really much any effort for us to do something like that. Cool. Anybody else?
Real quick, I don't know if you guys know or not, Corey, you probably do, but like Facebook is super creepy in the sense that if you, I don't know if like maybe you guys notice this, but if you message somebody, you will start seeing them more in your timeline, and they will also start seeing you more. It's real. It happens. I didn't believe it at first, and I'm like, this is so true. Because I'll message someone that I haven't, like, you even forgot you were friends with them because, you know, you just get so many friends, and then all of a sudden, like, the next couple of days, all their stuff's appearing in my timeline. So it's true, you guys. So what I've been doing, I think in our, like, group text that we were texting in today, someone had said, like, I think maybe, like, struggling with, like, how to reach out to people or something. One thing I've been doing that really works for me is every day in the happy birthdays, I go in there and I message everyone whose birthday it is, because sometimes those aren't people that you would necessarily talk to. So I don't go right on their timeline. I go and message every single one of them, happy birthday. And then your stuff starts showing up in their timeline, their stuff starts showing up in yours, and then they start engaging on your posts, they start seeing your posts, and I feel like I'm talking to a lot more people than I would have been talking to. So that's working for me. Just want to share that with you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it is true for sure that the people you engage with and that engage with you more on a regular basis, what's up, little man, on a more regular basis, they are going to see you in their news feed more often. If you don't engage with certain people, you're going to stop seeing their stuff because Facebook realizes that you don't engage with them on a regular basis. So they track all of that. Like, it is kind of scary that, like, it's for real when they say Facebook knows more about us than our government knows about us. Because we give them access to everything, you guys. They have everything. And we're sharing our lives openly with them. So they use those algorithms to match people because they want people to stay on Facebook all the time, and they want people to be excited to be on Facebook. So they're going to make sure that they're connecting you with the people who you're talking with and engaging with. Yeah, it seems to know what you shop for too. That's actually Google. That's actually your Google. Like, if you search something and you don't search in a private window, I've noticed that. Like, if you look at Home Depot for something or whatever, then you will see those in your timeline for or in your newsfeed for like ads and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm sure it has something to do with Facebook too, but it's definitely Google, like, recognizes those cookies and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Same thing with like your AOL. I don't know if anybody else still has AOL mail, but one of my accounts is still AOL mail. And same thing, the banners. Like, if you search certain things on your internet and you pull up your AOL mail, the banners will be that. So our computers are, the internet is one intricate little cookie, that's for sure. Cool. Anybody else have anything that they have a question about or that they would like a little bit more help with or anything? Come on, one more. 9:18, we can do one more. Somebody's got to have one thing on their mind. Nothing. Okay, so I'll share one that was one of the concerns for the girls that are on our Team Cup, and it was the time management aspect of things, that if her plan didn't work out when she thought of it, or when she had like planned to do it for the day, then she would just throw in the towel and say, you know, it's not going to happen today. And one, we have to go back to our why and making sure that our why is strong enough, right? There's got to be a deep-seated why that makes us show up every day if we really want this to happen. So that's one. The other thing is time management. You guys, there's having a plan. Like, I have a certain block of time that I work my business, and it's usually in the mornings. And then I kind of check into my groups again in the evenings, just so I'm present in the groups in the evening too. And like yesterday, that didn't happen because of things that I had going on in life with helping out with my goddaughter and getting the boys to school, and we had a 2-hour delay, and like life just kind of happened. So when I got home from taking my goddaughter to her orthodontist appointment, it was non-negotiable that before dinner got started, while Casey was doing homework and the kids were taken care of and happy for a little bit, that I had to sit down and make that power hour happen. Non-negotiable. So really making a time in your schedule and having that structure that from whatever time, maybe it's 6 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning, that's your power hour. If for some reason something happens, or you oversleep, or the kids are sick, or you have an appointment, or whatever, then this is option B. Okay? Making sure it's non-negotiable. Because if you had a normal 9-to-5 job, you wouldn't call your boss and say, well, I overslept, so I'm just not going to show up today. Pretty sure you'd be fired in a quickness if that was, or being a stay-at-home mom. If you said, oh, well, I decided to sleep all day today, so the laundry and the food and the kids and everybody else is just going to have to fend for themselves. Pretty sure that's not going to fly over so well either. So we make all these structures and focus time and priorities on things that we know we have to do. If you want to be successful in this business, just like if you want to be successful in your health and fitness journey and you really want to lose weight, or you want to tone up, or you want to feel more confident, you have to show up every day to make that happen, right? You have to show up with your nutrition. You have to show up with your workouts, and you have to make that happen. So it's the same thing with your business. We have to create that structured time that's non-negotiable so that it happens. And if life happens and something else comes up, we either get our butts up earlier in the morning, or we stay up later at night and we make it happen. But it's got to happen every day. Okay? So that was just something that I shared with her, because she said she was kind of struggling with everything they have going on in life. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. Life happens and a lot of things come up. But like we talked about, that short period of time, hustle now, so that you can have that relieved burden later on, or more freedom, or the ability to travel, or move into the home of your dreams, or whatever it is for you guys, because it's a little different for all of us. We got to hustle. And we can't hustle by saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into 2 days, and then 2 days turns into 3, and before you know it, you're gone for weeks, months, a year, whatever. It happens. So just keep it focused, and make sure you have that blocked out time. As silly as it may sound, put it in your phone, right? Block that time off just like it's an appointment, so that you know, this is my work schedule. I'm working from 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. or whatever it is that works for you. But really seriously look at your schedule and know what is going to be best for you. And especially for you girls who stay home, I know that it's a struggle. I know that it is, because you get distracted by everything else. But just like your business waits when you're doing all the other shit can wait, unless it's your kid really needing something, or food, or whatever to survive. The laundry can wait for an hour, right? As much as I'm OCD and like my house to be clean and crazy about it, all that stuff, Well, and then that's why you even more need to have quiet time and focus. You need to have a workspace. You need to put in earbuds or whatever so that you have that structure, right? You have that, or maybe you go to Starbucks to work because you can't be distracted by the dog or the cat or Andy getting home from work or getting up from bed or whatever. Going somewhere that you know is quiet, right? And that you can have that structured hour or 2 hours, whatever you're working. Okay? I think we all do to a point, especially when we're home and we know that there's 10 million things that need to be done. But just like everything else, or just like your business waits while you're making the dishes happen, the laundry happen, whatever, or picking up, that stuff can wait for an hour while you sit down and work your business so that you can have the life of your dreams, right? Yeah. Let's crush February, girls. Up your numbers. Dial in your freaking journey. Dial in your nutrition. Find your soulmate workout. Make it happen. Share your story. Be open about the struggles you face. Be open about don't ever think that you're gloating or boasting about your accomplishments. Be proud of that shit. Be proud of it and shout it from the rooftops and share that with people. Don't ever let somebody take your pride away from you because they're too uncomfortable with themselves to make it happen. If anybody ever puts you down, it's because they're struggling with themselves. It has nothing to do with you. So don't ever hide behind something that you're excited about or that you're proud of. Share it and put yourself out there. I promise you, it gets more fun, you gain more confidence, and you have people excited to follow you because you're being real. You're not creating this perfect mold that seems so unattainable, right? Yeah, cool. All right, if nobody else has anything, I'll let you beautiful ladies go for the evening. Thank you so much for making this call a priority. This is something that's vital to all filling up our cups and keeping our close-knit family and working towards our goals. So I appreciate your time and all of you being here. Those of you girls who shared some things, thank you for doing that too. And I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you inside the group. Good night.